Good afternoon, everybody. It's WinExtra with Steve and Paul for your daily brief of Microsoft headlines for October 19th. Now, we would have been doing this show yesterday, but we got hit by the cloud again.
We got hit by the cloud, yeah. The service that we use to record the Skype call decided that the best thing in the world to do would be to reboot their servers, knocking everybody off the system, and not inform their paying customers in advance that they were going to do it.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I'm looking at you, VOD Burner. I am not very happy with you guys right now.
The thing was, though, it was the fact that when you start up the program, it does a license check against their server. Now, okay, anyway, it peeved us off a little bit.
A little bit. Check out my blog for a rant.
Yeah, that's at paulaflaherty.com. He kind of has his say. But starting off, basically, what we have is Microsoft has decided to take the war to Zeus.
Yeah, we talked about this last week, where basically Microsoft released an update to the malicious software removal tool that would take out the Zeus Trojan, which is one of the big ones for that goes after your identity theft. Now, basically, since they released it last week, the malicious software removal tool has been run on 86 million computers. They've gotten the results in for about 1.3 million of them so far, and it turns out that Zeus had an infection rate of about 1 in 5. So already they've cleaned off or made in excess of 275,000 computers that bit safer. Yeah. And these people is why you get Windows updates and why you should have them turned on.
You know, I've never understood why people rant and rave about the fact of Windows updates, yet they've got no problem letting Chrome update by itself. They got no problem with other software updating by itself, and yet
it's because the machine has to restart.
Yeah.
Because when you're protecting things, you're changing obviously the core files of the operating system, and that requires a restart. And you wouldn't mind, but the people that complain probably most often about restart are the people who still haven't figured out how to use the power button and shut down the machine properly. There's still the people that hold it down for 3 seconds and the machine just goes clink.
Yeah,
you know, shutting off.
Remember the uproar when the beta of IE9 was let out, and everybody was complaining because it had to reboot their machine.
Oh, it had to restart. Oh no! Well, then don't download the beta.
Yeah, quit your complaining.
You know what you're doing. Anyway, maybe in terms of changing public perception, maybe Microsoft can use a little bit of the $1 billion it's throwing in advertising money at Kinect and Windows Phone 7 to change people's perception about the need to occasionally restart your machine.
But they're concentrating their here's a list of the areas where they're going to be doing their promotions. They got a Burger King promotion, Pepsi promotion, Kellogg's cereal promotion, YouTube homepage takeover, ad buys on Nickelodeon, Disney, ad buys on ABC Dancing with the Stars and Fox's Glee.
Basically, I think if it's got an advertising space available, Microsoft purchased it or will purchase it. You yesterday when we tried to record the show, didn't agree with them sort of, advertising with Burger King or whatnot. But, that is where the customers are. It's the same kind of decision that leaves World of Warcraft to advertise in the middle of a football game, which they did for the launch of Cataclysm the other day. You have to go to where the markets are. Other things Microsoft is spending the money on, just kind of quickly, is bringing in some of the big guns, like Jay-Z, for doing a whole sort of Bing push, which basically involves, he came out with this book, an autobiography called Decoded. It's 300 pages long, and you can get the pages by basically playing the game along with Bing and finding the pieces on Bing Maps. Now, there's going to be 200 winners, and the competition runs until November 20th. To you and me, it means nothing, but it might mean a lot to Jay-Z's 4 million fans across Twitter and Facebook. Now, Stephen.
Yes.
I bet a lot of people are playing Fallout New Vegas today.
Oh, shush. I liked Fallout, the 3, except I was really, really sucky at it. It's still sitting in my Steam shop, and I can play it anytime I want, but I always take a look at it and go, no, I don't want to embarrass myself anymore. But the New Vegas one looks really good. What they're doing, though, is the first downloadable content will be Xbox exclusive only. Yeah,
it's going to be a complete DLC package. Yeah. We don't really have many details on what this package is going to be that Bethesda are launching for Fallout 3, but we do know most definitely that it is going to be exclusive to the 360. Yeah. So keep your eyes open on that. Now, also coming for the 360 in the form of Kinect, and something again we wanted to cover yesterday, is that the first 17 titles have been announced for Kinect.
Yeah. And you kind of didn't really appreciate the lineup at all.
I don't appreciate the lineup at all. I think, with the exception of one title, which is Kinectimals, which is that sort of, we all saw the demo of it with the tiger and the little girl in front of the screen and looking for it, right? That is the sleeper software that's going to make this thing successful. But it is the only, in my opinion, unless you're looking to, shed 50 pounds off that fat arse of yours, it's the only true game in this lineup, because the rest of them all have to do with, like, let's get fit or let's dance. The occasional driving title thrown in there, but nothing really that stands out. And of course, Kinect Adventures is being bundled with it. Now, I did just mention losing 50 pounds off of somebody's fat arse, but you know what? That may not happen. Yes, I am on a diet. Thank you very much. And yes, I did lose 8 pounds last week. I'm also proud of myself. But Kinect may not be such the weight loss tool that we all thought it was, because apparently there's a software update coming out which is going to allow you to play Kinect games while you're sitting down. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. But I did see, there's bound to be a few game types, like maybe Tetris on Kinect or something, that you don't have to be standing up for, that are going to be that can take advantage.
You know why I think they brought it out was to reduce the embarrassment factor when you're playing with your friends.
Well, I do think that is a big thing that people are going to have to get over. But when you look at what people are already doing with the Wii and the controller, and the PlayStation 3's version of the controller with that stupid glowy ball on top.
That is stupid.
People are already used to standing up and making idiots of themselves. I mean, we do it when we play Rock Band. I think people are slowly but surely getting over that, so it's not going to be such a bad thing. But games where you can sit down, that's going to be an interesting aspect.
Yeah. It's a lot of motion, hand motion, I guess, and talking. I don't know.
A lot of people are into their hand motion, and we
won't go.
Anyway, do you know what else Xbox related is happening?
They are bringing out. Oh, did you want to? No, you're the Xbox man. You go for it.
No, it's just that I've been rambling since the beginning of the show, so I thought I'd continue. It's just the Xbox, according to Engadget anyway, the Xbox.com website will be getting a major overhaul. So we're going to be seeing the integration of the Windows Phone 7 connected games. Also, and perhaps the most interesting thing, will be the ability to customize your avatar direct on the site without having to do it in your Windows Phone or without having to do it within the Xbox control panel.
You know what would be really cool is if they could make that avatar not so Xbox exclusive, but you could start using it, around the web in other places.
Yeah, I'd also like to see them stop being a lot less generic. There's not very many avatars that you can make up start to look like grumpy old men like we are. They all make you look like a teen or a 20-something with your stylish haircut. Where's the gray hairs? Where's the...
they're all trying to make you look...
Yeah, the haircut.
Yeah. Come on, people, let's get real here. What is this? They got one wearing a deep sea helmet?
Oh, yeah, you can get all sorts of different headwear and headgear, and you can get unlockable headgear too. So, for example, if you're a Halo fan, you can get the Halo helmet for your character. It costs you Microsoft points to get them, but you can get all these sort of stuff. The customizations are in it. You can even have stormtroopers and whatnot. Now, another thing that's cool on Xbox, of course, is Zune, and the Zune subscription that you also use on your Windows PC for your music. Now, to tie in again with the overhaul of the Xbox 360 site and everything that's happening with Windows Phone 7, AT&T, as part of the Windows Phone 7 push, are saying that Windows Phone 7 users are going to get a 30-day free subscription to Zune.
All right, okay, the thing that gets me is, okay, Zune, like the Zune platform, yeah, they're expanding the countries it's coming available in, but AT&T is just U.S., so yeah, it's nothing to worry about. I was just thinking of other countries. And
well, it is nothing to worry about, but I think what's interesting here is that in terms of the U.S., it's going to be November 8th before we see the handsets. I would have expected another week or two maybe before we started seeing the pushes starting to come from the carriers. But then again, in contrast to that, something that we don't have in the show notes today, but something that was talked about, is that the carriers in the UK have yet to actually start pushing this thing.
Yeah.
And it's coming out on the 24th.
Yeah.
Or is it the 22nd?
24th.
One or the other, but it's only a couple of days away, and the big push has yet to start, even with terms of pricing. But you know what? That's just another place that Microsoft is getting into your wallet.
Yeah.
Do you know how else they're getting?
The other area where they've also delivered a new product is the Windows Embedded Automotive 7. Staying with the 7, yay!
Yeah, they're keeping the old 7s alive. I hope
it
stays.
This is apparently, I guess, for people who've got Ford Sync. Which Microsoft said is on 2.5 million cars in North America.
Yeah, basically this is the whole sort of interactive dashboard thing that you can, you don't have to take your hands off the steering wheel, but you can talk to it and you can tell it, play my music, read my text.
The embedded part is basically the core, and then the people can, like Ford, can add their own front end to it. And
Exactly. And so this is going to be an update for, obviously, Ford. And it's also coming out on the Nissan Leaf Electrics, or Nissan, however you want to pronounce it. The interesting thing about this version is that it finally has built-in support for Silverlight, so they'll be able to put 2D and 3D graphics on top of their systems. I just heard a little beep, which I think means we're very near the end of the show. But one last thing that I would like to say is bye-bye Ozzy.
Yay! Bye! See ya!
Ray Ozzy has announced that he is leaving Microsoft. He's going to step down as Microsoft's chief software architect. And really, in looking back over the last 5 years, we say, and
so,
see ya.
And on that note, folks, that's today's daily brief with Paul and Stephen from WinExtra. We'll catch you all tomorrow for the next edition. See ya.
Have a good one.